Hi. Oh, look,
Hello.
things worked, and our audio should be working now too.
It
Hey,
is.
yep, there you go. I was waiting for you to talk, Will, because I'm sitting there staring at those bars, going, "Wait, is he gonna say something?" Wait, and then yeah, no,
Well, the reason I was doing that, right, because I was sending you the podcast flow.
which I won't look at. Where did you send it to me, by the way?
I sent it in your DM
Okay.
in Discord.
How long have we been talking before this?
We've been talking before this, what, 10, 15 minutes?
Okay. And you're just now sending me the podcast flow?
Yeah, because I opened it up and thinking, hang on, we're going to be talking about these bits, aren't we? These big bits that we were talking about during the week. So there you go. So I might as well send you that with the links in there.
I'm glad to see that this is. When's the last time James actually updated what he's been playing?
Maybe about a year and a half.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's about right.
I am playing none of these games right now. Good evening. How are we doing tonight? How are you all
Hello,
doing tonight?
everybody.
As you can hopefully see, we are not laggy, not buffering, and in real time, or as close to real time as this gets. I believe our lag is like 2 to 6 seconds, which means we can answer your questions in a more timeful manner. Also, because we need to do this, um, Michael, there's your air horn. You need to wake up. The show's starting. Yeah,
It'll be like clockwork.
I didn't get to use all my fun soundboards that I created for this.
Oh,
Yeah, I did. I created sounds for this. So, like everybody, if you didn't realize last show, first of all, you should go listen to it. It's a cracker. Um, I've I almost make Dougie step over himself and say horrible things within the first 5 minutes of opening the show. So if you like me making people go into awkward situations, then nailed it. But we had some technical difficulties, uh, mainly involving various things saying video calls, not being able to record video calls very well. We've since solved this problem, which allows us to present you with this higher quality product, which you're seeing here. That being said, one of the things we were talking about is last time is I got a Stream Deck from Elgato, and we are not sponsored by Elgato, but if they want to send us money or any products, we would be happy to do so. As I also happen to use an Elgato capture device when I use it for capturing on my consoles. Elgato capture devices. It's really the only thing you can use on the market because most of the other stuff is shit. The maybe slogan? Sure, we'll go with it. But anyways, I got a Stream Deck, and the nice thing about this thing is I can program it to do whatever the fuck I want. So like transitionings, doing all this stuff instead of like hearing frantic clicking, I press a button. So like for instance, if I wanted to go, okay, well you're disappearing for a second here while I go and play a game, boom, there we go into the game section. I'm just pressing one button and it just transitions for us and it's just like what? Great, what this is doing. I can also do this. Like say, "Hey, look, there's Extra Life. By the way, there's Lard. Oh yeah, Chris is there too. You should follow that Twitches." But even funnier is I did this, and now you can do these things. Have soundboards, and I have a lot of sounds on here. Well, I have five I've created and added to this. Now you can combine things. So you can combine a Twitch message and a sound. So obviously we all saw about helping kids for Extra Life, which you all should do. It's coming in November, but November is coming really close because it's August, so it's basically like 2 weeks away till November because that's just how time works and time dilation and shit. We all know this happens. You're gonna fall asleep and wake up, but the next thing you know, it's gonna be winter, and we're all gonna be sitting there and go, "Fuck! Remember when it was warm during summer? That was nice. I'm not
yes.
freezing my balls off."
Do you remember that heat wave we were moaning about? God, I miss that
You're
now.
English. All you do is complain about the weather.
Yeah,
Cause it's the
we
only thing you're allowed to complain about. Everything else is stiff upper lip.
it's an Olympic sport we do
It
because we're
is.
just complaining about the weather.
No,
We get gold medals in this.
there's two. I would say then you have two categories then for the English Olympic sport. It's complaining about the weather,
Mm.
right?
And
And it's
queuing.
being passive aggressive.
Yeah. So,
right?
oh, open the door for you.
So, by the way, speaking of that, I should use this other sound clip. Now, see, I can hear this. Will can't. So Will's going to sit there and go like, "What? What did I do? What did James click?" It was funny and very English. But forwarding on to what they're saying is, I have all these sounds now, like that. We all know that one from the various meme. Will's going to have to listen to the show later to know what I'm doing. He's probably thinking that James is probably putting swears or something on it. Don't worry, it's PG-13. There's this.
Hey, listen.
Which is
Hey,
something
listen.
I can just spam
Hey,
as much as I want because it is one
listen.
of the most annoying
Hey,
things
listen.
in gaming
Hey,
history.
Listen. Hey, listen.
And we're just going to run with it. What's this one again? That we already did that one. But then the last one is another
Do
good
it
one.
now. Do it now.
So this is very familiar, right? We all
Do
know
it
this voice.
now. Do it
And then
now.
being specifically vague for Will.
Do it now.
But so we hear that, and you heard me spam that once again using my great Elgato Steam Deck. What I can also do now is I can combine those in programmable fashion to do this.
Do it now.
So in real time, that message shows up. So I can now create audio cues along with Twitch messages to create a wonderful thing. And there we go. So what I'm basically saying is this thing is really cool. It's helped out a lot, and it's made my life a lot easier. Because ultimately, as the guy who eventually has to edit the show and get it out on a reasonable time spaces, unless people yell at me, the more I can make my job easier so that I can edit the show after we're done doing it, the better off we are all as a whole, because I have more motivation to do that. And as you can see, it's working. We can press buttons. There have been more streams. There has been plenty of stuff. But you want to know what? There's something we need to talk about. And you know what we need to talk about? Extra Life. Because, let's be honest, people, we've got the Twitch Primes. We've talked about all this. If you don't know what Twitch Prime is, go back and listen to pretty much all the other episodes of Season 3. I've either read about it, talked about it, or scheduled it in. Anyways, take Twitch, take your Amazon Prime subscription that you have, that you know you have, because everybody's got one. And if you don't got one, you need to really come into the 21st century. I mean, Fang's a thing. And if you don't know what Fang is, I'll explain it to you in a little bit second after we're done with this. But combine Twitch Prime, use it, donate to people, help your favorite content creators who are affiliates. It basically is like giving them money. And if we've already done the calculations for you, but it's basically like half your Twitch Prime subscription is going to somebody you like. So that's a really cool thing. Other thing is bits. Bits are cool. Bits are awesome. You can click there on that little bitty icon down below in your chat where it is. You can click that and go, hey, watch videos, watch creepy people try and hit on people who are not really at La Quintas, or Mazda car commercials, and or McDonald's McRib, but it's really lobster commercials. It's just weird stuff that Twitch does, but that gives you bits that you can then also help support people with too, which is really awesome, because this is all about helping other people. Also, I'm going to be honest with you guys here. Let's level really thing. You know what we really need? We're at 194 followers on Twitch. I don't like not round numbers, so it's really freaking bugging me that we're at 194 followers. I'm not saying we're going to do anything special for 200, but let's be real. You'd like to see a nice even number up there. I'd like to see a nice even number up there. Will would like to see a nice even number up there. It just
Yes,
would.
please.
It would help. It would help. And we're asking you, hey, could you just give us a follow? Because guess what? There's no money involved in a follow. It's a click of a button. It's a good thing. It's an easy thing.
Now, I just want to interject.
Yes.
Just remember, we're not asking to do a follow for follow, because that doesn't work overall. We're just asking if you're liking what you're hearing from us. Just get that little heart, little click.
And essentially, we're asking for, it's basically like a referral. We're saying, hey, do you like two nerdy guys, most of the time three, but sometimes two nerdy guys, sitting talking about video games, one of them occasionally yelling about YouTube? Then if you do, tell your friend about it, because it would be kind of awesome. So ultimately, this all leads to what's this now? Extra Life. Extra Life is the thing that we do in November where we play video games for kids. There's 4 streams over a weekend, 3 streams over a weekend. I don't know why 4. I know why 4, but that's a work thing, not a stream thing. But there's 3 streams, 8 hours each. 1 from Will, 1 from Chris, 1 from me. Chris is going to be doing crazy speed runs, but if he gets $2,000 during a stream donated for the cause, he's going to go out, buy a PlayStation,
No, good time now.
speed run Bloodborne. Look, I'm part. Speak the devil's name, and he shall arrive.
Hey, hop on your computer, jump in.
Welcome, Chris.
Chris, camera or no camera?
I am not podcast friendly.
We can still hear you,
Neither
Kira.
is Regis. Neither is Regis, and we bring him on all the time.
Chris, camera or no camera?
You get.
I can
you yell
camera.
at me
You can
for
camera?
saying
Okay, I will
something
send you a Google
disrespectful.
Hangout link. Other thing is, Kira, whether she wants to be or not, we can all
She
hear
is
her.
live.
So
Yeah.
she can either
Y'all
choose to, she can
Especially with the
choose to
kind
be a
of
part of
jokes
this,
that
and
I
choose
do.
to, be a part of it and actually have Regency. And that's a Femfox raid.
13 people.
Holy shit!
The
Hi
entire
everybody.
time James is saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, let
Hi,
Karen know that we
Femfox.
can still hear her regardless."
Hi, Fem
So
Radio.
she can have
Welcome.
So basically, she can have agency or not.
4 in the car and 100 in the dash.
How's everyone doing this evening in the radio?
How's everybody doing?
Oh,
Phoenix,
show.
thank you for that
You're
follow.
alive.
We don't have a cool, funny thing that we do for follows, but just know that you're appreciated for
I
doing
didn't know
so.
what to
And you're
like.
probably a wonderful human being.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything that could be interpreted as offensive any further. Anything that could get you banned, because sometimes I like to see or say
You like to
very
push those
sexist,
boundaries.
racist things which people might not understand as a joke, and still doesn't joke about.
I hear a
Black
lot-
Lives Matter,
Chris, are
but-
you being mansplained to?
Oh my god.
I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's what it kind of sounds like it is.
We're doing it live, folks.
You are all white men, so if anything,
It just keeps going.
that would just make it worse,
How do I mute?
and they would think you're white supremacists.
So anyway,
Because three white men
Uh,
in a conversation
I think
about
actually this is-
Han, we're
doesn't
Han.
matter.
Han.
By the way, Lynchy13, thank you for the follow. We really do appreciate it.
we
Oh,
do.
that's not
Thank
what
you
I
so
wanted.
much. Hello, Malinari.
So
Yeah.
how are you all of you people who decided to raid from Fenfox? It's really nice to see you all here. Was it funny? How many dick pics were drawn in the Jack in the Box? I need to know.
Yes.
Like
We-
that is important. That is important information that needs to be addressed. Okay, cool.
It,
Chris's
it,
action.
it is as important as Extra Life.
I'm sorry, we started talking about other stuff and then like
That's sidetracked, aren't we?
Are you guys talking through that, or are you talking through Discord?
Discord.
We're in
Okay.
Discord.
So if you can mute your mics on
I did.
the Google.
Don't worry,
Hangouts.
no, it's only me and you on the Hangout.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry. This is the new system.
Did you remove the dick pic?
This is the new system.
So yeah, so we were talking about Extra Life on the second, 3rd, and 4th of November. From myself, who'll be on the Sunday. From James, who's up there, who'll be doing the Saturday, and adjoining Chris Hugelman, who'll be doing the Friday.
Hey.
So yeah, so we'd love you to join us then. But that is that all the housekeeping?
Sure.
Because on tonight's show we got a couple of news items. We've been playing shout outs and just general ranting from and talking to you guys in the lovely chat room. So I think we should get started. Right. News. Now shall we do the nice one that you may not know about? Or shall we do the big one that we were discussing first? That's happening next week.
Sure.
We'll do whatever is closest.
Whoever's closest. Okay, we'll start with Twitch, because they've come up with a new creator camp, which will help with certain things like burnout, fan challenges, and that sort of thing. And there's one Tuesday night for about 10 o'clock UK time. And this is the one that's going to be dealing with if you need to take a break, you take time away because you've burnt out and your mental health is suffering. And James and myself were talking about this earlier in the week, and it is a really, really good idea that Twitch are doing this because it is something that YouTube they're in.
It's basically when YouTube does something that's fucking idiotic as all hell, it seems that Twitch comes out and goes, hey, do you remember that thing that YouTube just did that's stupid? Yeah, we're doing the opposite. We're going to, instead of like, hey, we're going to answer our tweets more. Instead, we're going to create a video series that's also going to have live creators on it from Twitch. They're going to talk about their experiences with burnout, with mental health, about what they've done, about what you need to do to take a break, about how to interact with your chat offline. So you can be a healthier and more productive person.
Yeah, and it's not just like live streams on a weekly basis, which is going to be the big thing for it. There's also like resources in the help center. So you can go to that to try and get bigger. You can do stuff and listen to tips from other streamers who are successful, who are partners, who have said, well, this worked for me. How about trying this for your streams to try and help everyone grow? Which again seem, in the day and age with YouTube being how they are, it's a very novel way of dealing with things, isn't it, really?
Yeah. So good on you, Twitch. Like there's also like a guide that you could do things, and there's like check boxes and green things. It's very interactive and cool. Like I'd highly recommend anybody who's anybody to take a look at it because it's kind of a cool thing.
In fact, what I shall do while they're in the chat, I shall put it in the chat for everybody in here who are streamers
Listen.
who haven't done this yet to go have a look at and take a look at. And then, Alanari, thank you very much for subscribing with Twitch Prime.
Thank you. See, that's how you use Twitch Prime. Except now my top board thing is messed up and I have to fix it. Good problems to have. Good problems to have. We're happy to have these kind of problems.
Streamer problems.
Hashtag streamer problems.
So yeah, it's one thing that we recommend looking at. I mean, I'm not going to do my late night live stream on Tuesday this week because, as I said to James, we're going to be watching it and seeing what help it can potentially bring us.
Yeah, it's gonna be good for everybody. We recommend you watch it because we will be watching it, which is kind of a thing. Yeah,
because I think I think we can all say honestly that we could all deal with mental health and streaming maybe a little bit better for all of us, because I know I certainly can. Because hell, I've had people in the chat who are in the chat say, look, it's okay to take a week away, mate. You sound like you need it over the years. Which is that I've done,
it is okay to take a week away. We have specifically taken vacations. Granted, Will doesn't like taking a week away from the podcast because then various options like Spanish Tracer shows up.
He has to backpedal for us and make sure that everything is, all right. Make sure are angry with us again.
We haven't talked about it yet, but the Bully Hunters segment.
the word I had that made me go.
I see. That's the thing. Like if you go back and you watch the Bully Hunter segment, granted there have been worse things said on this show. I can say that with a reasonable certainty that there have been worse things said on this show. I have said worse things on this show. But if you look at that segment, you can see me involved in it, and you can see my demeanor change as I'm envisioning Will listening to this thing from the background as his head slowly explodes from just everything that's being said, and just like I'm just sitting there going like, I can make this worse. I know I can make this worse. I have the power to do so. I have done it before. But I don't need to. I held restraint. But yeah, that was the thing. Bully hunters.
Yeah.
By the way, one of the best images I've seen recently is that a bully hunter got banned for being toxic in CSGO recently.
Toxic people. We've seen far too much of them over the past few weeks.
We have. So, good news is, if you're a Twitch streamer and you want to get better, the creator camps are for you, and it's going to be running for a while. And I think it's a great idea, and I think most people it's something that has been looked for a while, and it's something that's been, it's only going to do good things. It's only going to help people. Because obviously the Twitch is very about building a community, making things better, being more like helping other people out. Much as what we try to emulate a lot too. So yes, we would recommend doing that. It starts next Tuesday at 10 p.m. UK, which is 5 p.m. EST. Really, it's 5 p.m. EST. Who gives a shit about anywhere else in the world time-wise? Eastern Standard Time is the only time that matters. So,
absolutely.
and
right.
you need to at me at LardTeammaker on Twitter.
Yeah, because then I'll just screen capture and go, James.
Because that's how our social media works. Will just handles it and then forwards things relative to me, and occasionally I like and respond to things because I'm figuring out how to do that. It's not that I'm... By the way, I should ask, since we have a lot of people in chat, anybody in chat know how to Reddit? I need to know how to Reddit. Like,
I know how to Reddit.
that's good. Me and you need to talk then, because I need help on how to Reddit.
It's easy.
Okay, cool.
Is that like a social media in its own?
Like, I need to know... I mean, like, I know how to troll Reddit. I know how to consume Reddit. I don't know how to...
Do Reddit.
do Reddit. Well, see, fam, Reddit may be garbo and a waste of time.
But only in the same sense that like
Tumblr
anything
is
can be garbo, a waste of time.
Like if Reddit is garbo and a waste of time, then Tumblr is the dumpster fire of all dumpster fires. And
Hold
the
on,
reason
we're doing audio tests for double stream. Speak again?
And I don't go for either of them.
Not really. No, you're good.
No. So the reason why I'm asking is because it's more like we want another avenue to push this out on, and ultimately that's what it is. Because we want to share this beautiful thing with the world.
You're all set.
And Reddit is one of the up and coming social media platforms in the declining age of Facebook. Okay. Because if we want to talk about that, who here watched Facebook drop 20% yesterday when their earnings report came out? This guy did.
Oh, we're doing double streams. So both Kara and I are doing the mic voice where we're both leaning into the microphone and talking all smooth too.
That's just the Hergelman. I've come to call that the Hergelman.
So Facebook is really useful for one particular thing, and that is getting in contact with one particular friend of mine. And that is slowly going out the window because I'm converting him to Discord.
Well, no.
Reddit is really useful, so long as you don't go to dumb places.
Yeah,
it's the same as any other website. It's the same as Facebook. If you don't go to dumb places on Facebook, you're not going to be stuck in dumb places on Facebook. Don't go to dumb places on Tumblr, you're not going to be stuck in dumb. Have you guys ever seen the dumpster fire that is Twitter? Like, holy shit! You think Reddit's bad? Reddit has some cohesion to it.
Until they came out with a new system, and then it just fucked it 3 ways to Sunday again.
Right, but then people just got... Fox. Your Twitter is no saint. It's just as bad, if not worse, than Reddit.
So,
we can argue worse later, but...
This is arguing semantics, right? This is all semantic. Everybody has their social media platform that they like. The whole point of us, though, is if you're looking at this, if for anybody who is an up-and-coming streamer or podcaster or hybrid, which we technically are, sometimes it's once you have a core base, but you want to expand more into diversify your portfolio and diversify into various other assets and work. When you need to diversify who you're getting your reach to, you need to look into other avenues. We're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. We don't have any presence on Reddit and Tumblr. Now, the point is that if we want more penetration into the market, we want that to be in the other avenues that we're not doing, because we obviously have good penetration in the ones that we have. We have decent followers in certain areas, so we need to move into those areas. Am I going to work talk again?
You're going into work talk, but just keep
You're going
going.
into work talk.
I think we all like it.
So by doing that, by going into the emerging markets that we haven't reached into, it's going to allow us a more diversified area of people to draw in and make a better community and have more like-minded people. Because essentially, we don't have a forum. And if you're on Reddit long enough, you could basically just get a forum for free.
I mean, yeah, it's free to make a Reddit subreddit. It's free to do that at any given moment.
Yeah, but you need to be on
I
there
have
for like
my own.
Yeah.
You only need to be on there for like a month.
Well, the TigWhippies account is only about like a couple weeks old.
Yeah, so we just wait a little bit and then we can make a TigWhippies sub account, subreddit.
Subreddit. But thank you for the follow. Furby17. What's like 197 now? Only 3 away? That's good. That's good. And by the way, Twitter is fine, but I've seen a lot of people get fired over Twitter. Like, a lot of people.
Twitter's a fucking dumpster fire.
James Gunn got fired for things he said back in 2008 that he's apologized for multiple times and has talked about because of Twitter.
There's for anyone who, and I think it succinctly describes my minor gripes with Twitter as well, except I don't troll around on Twitter nearly as much, because if I'm gonna fuck with someone, I'm gonna do it long form. I'm gonna do a long con, and it's gonna be big, and I'm just gonna push the tickets slowly until it's absolutely ridiculous. But Chris Raygun released a video on like his take on Twitter and why it's like a dumpster fire, because it's a pretty good watch. It's fun.
Furby, I said that you are a wonderful person. We're extremely happy to have you with us, and you're a follower 197. Allie, hi. How's it
Hello,
going?
how you doing?
How you doing? So we appreciate everybody, and everybody has their own opinion. Once again, you like your social media that you like.
Mhm.
Technically, they're all dumpster fires in one way or the other, and that's that's not your fault. That's the assholes on it fault, because they're ruining it for the rest of us.
There's a reason why they're called dumpster fires, and it's because at the very bottom of it is garbage.
I'm waiting for MySpace to make its comeback.
I mean, MySpace is totally rebranded.
Tom's so unsuccessful with MySpace, though. He's actually on Twitter.
Remember, though, on MySpace, you always have at least one friend.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you arrive, Tom follows you.
Tom is always your friend, and that's an important life lesson for all of you. Remember, no matter where you go in the world, no matter what you do, Tom is your friend.
But we don't thank him for being a friend, because that would turn into us being like the Golden Girls, and that's just very weird.
Unless he's the bus driver.
Excuse me, Tom, could you drop us off at the mall, please?
Thank you.
Why
Thank you.
did it just go to like Mr. Rogers? Well, thank you there, neighbor, for
Do
dropping
it
me off at
now.
the bus station.
Thank you, bus driver.
Thank you, bus driver. By the way, who else saw the
Train
petition?
boys.
The petition that the Fortnite community put out, that they want to be able to thank the bus driver when they leave for the
Yes.
Yes,
for
I heard about
showing
that.
up. Yes,
So good. It's too good.
the meme is real. The meme is real. Allie, thank you for the host. I am really glad I got this new thing, because it just, all the graphics make me happy every single time they come out. There's a certain joy inside of it that just warms the cockles of my heart.
Somewhere beneath the subcockle region.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the liver. Maybe in the colon. We don't really know.
But we'll find out when we tell you. So what other news is there, Will?
Well, Forbes was on about Xbox Project Scarlet. Microsoft wants higher frame rates, better CPU performance, games. Also, I've been hearing rumors that they're going to be doing a version of the next Xbox console as a streaming console. Well, how true that's going to be, don't know.
Xbox box. Told you. Xbox box.
Xbox box.
It's gonna happen. Steam already does it.
Mm-hmm.
Steam
So
already does it.
I do like the name of the touted CPU called the Jaguar. I do like the name of that. That sounds. It sounds like it should have more grunt, more power because it's like a famous.
But does anybody else realize that their Xbox is eventually going to name their consoles the way that most of their Xbox people have the username Xbox box XXX?
I imagine it just to be a meme someday. Like they just don't ever actually release an official thing. They just each developer refers to it as something slightly different.
Called the Xbox. So it looks like
they just give it to you with like it's just a Linux computer. Just figure it out.
Why haven't they called the newest generation the Next Box?
Kim, you're here. Well, Kim,
you'd
you
think
have to
so.
announce your presence, everybody.
Is that the patron saint of Tigwippy?
Kim's
That is
here.
the patron saint of Tigwhippies. The Patreon saint of Tigwhippies. I'm sure we made that joke way back earlier. But
Yeah,
like,
we have.
Oh,
We definitely have. We've made
it
tons
tickled. It tickled my fancy tonight.
of- Good.
So yeah, so various devices, various rooms, saying things like 1080p / 60 Xbox Next, the 4K 60 Xbox Next, etc., etc., etc. So,
The
etc.
X4K 360 1080p VR.
Again,
More buzz letters.
it's rumor speculation.
40K.
The Xbox will have a 40K
In the
Xbox
grim dark future, there is only
VR.
via.
See, they sort of were going to go with that and then sort of calm down on it. So I don't know whether the VR will be coming to the next Xbox.
Like 3D. Remember 3D? Remember mocap? Those are things. People were huge on. Who remembers the Kinect? Everybody had to have a Kinect. It was the next biggest thing.
There's one there. It's looking at me. It sometimes hears me and tries to do
Xbox,
stuff.
turn on.
Yeah, let's see how that works. Xbox, turn on. No, it's not listening.
Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered.
So should I say that? Right. So yeah, so that's the news then. Shall we go on to what we're playing?
Sure.
And I think as he was, as he was late coming in, Chris, what you been playing, mate?
Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Just lots of it.
Yeah.
Fuck tons of Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah.
It's just like an absolute ridiculous amount of it. I also did play a little bit of Quake the other day. Just to wind down. I've been playing a little bit of golf with your friends with a few buddies of mine.
That's something I still want to play. Still try to play as well. So need to try and get a Tigwippy.
A golf with your friends
Going on
thing?
that. Yeah, golf with
Yes.
your friends.
Is it like actual golf?
Kind of.
Because I can actually golf.
It's mini golf. It's a physics-based mini golf game.
Okay, I can do
So,
that.
it's
I've played enough Tiger Woods PGA Tour to understand how that works.
I wonder if that will work for me because I have not played a golf game since Everybody's Golf about a month ago.
It's not. It's really. It's like a flash game basically, but
Okay.
like really nice as far as like the way it controls. It's just very simple, very easy to pick up and understand and play around with. It does get challenging, but it's fun.
So we'll need to do that. Maybe we get the community to join us as well if they have it.
It can go up to 8 people.
So
Now
yeah,
here's the thing: there are no turns. People don't take turns. You're all going at the same time.
that's cool because then your ball doesn't clash with others, does it? It just goes through.
Oh, it can. It can. That's an option.
Oh,
Yeah.
Friendly fire is always an option.
as we find out in PUBG far too often. So yeah, so is that all you've been playing, matey?
Yep. It's been very mellow. I finally got my new headphones. Oh, they're
Somebody
luxury.
clip that, please. I need to use that later. Somebody needs to clip that. I need to use it.
That's a soundboard thing waiting to happen. It would just go, wait for. Oh,
They're luxury. It's so good.
it's like making love to you. Yes.
Oh, it really is. They're Audio Technicas. And they're made with not the basic jack. They're made for like audio handling. It's so good. I got them and I just put on classical music for like an hour and did nothing but listen to classical music for like an hour.
So like you got ASMR coming out again.
It's so good.
That's going to be the relaunch of the Hergelman channel. Is just ASMR videos,
Mm-hmm. ASMR while I play games.
but it's going to be so ASMR. It's going to be Chris enjoying listening to ASMR. So it's going to
It's
be
gonna
his
be
reaction to listening
ASMR
to
reactions to listening to ASMR.
That's. I think we
No,
got
James,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so ASMR that it's gonna have a +2 level adjustment.
I got that one. I got that joke.
A buddy of mine is starting up a 3.5 campaign, and I'm super excited for it because I'm actually playing a spell thief.
I-
He's banning basically all the top tier classes. He's like, if it's tier 1 in these tier lists, you can't play it. So like your generic wizard, your generic cleric, it's so all the basic things that people do that are just like super powerful, really easy, and don't take any effort to do anything. Just nope. Put some work in, motherfuckers. And I'm just like, but I like playing weird classes all the time. The last time I did it, I was playing I believe he was a bronze dragonborn who had spider climb at will, and he stood on the bottom of a. By the way, I just flipped everyone in Britain off. He stood on the bottom of a flying carpet.
Wow,
Well,
how dare you, son?
I did the thing, and I was like, "That's actually kind of insulting if someone's just watching and not listening." But
Because this
He
is
had-
obviously people watch us muted.
yeah. Well, I mean, I do. Is stuck to the bottom of the flying carpet while everyone else sat on the top because it has a seat number, but it doesn't have a weight number. So I just stood on the bottom and left the free seat open.
So is that all you've been playing, matey?
Yeah, that's it.
I'll go
Very
next.
calm.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. We like calm, nice, rather than chaotic, long, heat wave induced, exhaustion for the week, which is not good. However, I did manage to play some stuff, like pinball. Now, last week I was on about how there was the Rome table that could be my bogey table, could be the Dark Souls table of my run. No, it's not, because I went on Saturday, played about two and a half hours, and people were getting bored of hearing the same bit of Latin this woman was saying. It's like, but I was still carrying on and beat it. I beat the table. Not only that, I almost smashed it into pieces because of how big the high score was. So I was pleased with that, and then I went on a run. The table's gone. We are now currently, for myself, $50 going towards Extra Life. So we're Stupidly Epic and Kim matching that. So far, the minimum that we go into Extra Life from us three will be $150. So I am extremely happy with that. And I've still got 42 more tables to go through. So there could be a lot more to come in 14 weeks left to Extra Life.
It's like in 5 days.
So it feels like after the sleep we'll have. So that was good. So I was pleased with that. played some more Onrush. Now, Onrush, I'm one trophy away now from the platinum, and I know what it is to do it. I have to get all the challenges in the what campaign there is of it done. And I'm on one more section, the last little group of challenges left, and it is mine. It's mine because we had a damn good run on it last night. It was strange because earlier in the day when I was playing Sniper Elite, very, very quiet stream. Very quiet. And it was like, it kind of threw me off a little bit, even though, as a streamer, and this is something we hark back to from what we talked about earlier, you can have bad streams like that. You can have bad streams, you can have quiet streams. This one was the complete opposite. This one was busy. And it sort of changed the day around, and that's what it helped make Onrush better. When you have stuff like this, where you can go backwards and forwards with people. And also, there is one big shout out I want to say later on that's in relation to this stream as well, because oh my god, the legend again just appeared. So yes, there was that. Is there anything else that I really played? I mean, you got more, let's say, Sniper Elite, definitely Outsider could finish this week. Dragon Age I got through on a bit more. I'm liking the fact that now I have switched it to easy. It just makes it just flow better, a lot easier. It makes the fights much more enjoyable because I'm not always constantly picking myself up for getting killed every 5 minutes.
Your build is subpar.
Yes. Because you look at all the stuff you can get, all the abilities, and it's like they look like sound hard, and when you play them, when you meet look like normal setting, it just feels like you're just tickling someone rather than trying to hit them with your sword. It was just like but nope. exactly that. But there is one thing I do want to say. Now I wasn't really going to play anything today. And I was just going to have a rest day and just watch people streaming, because it has been so bloody hot this week over here, and there was thundering last night, disturbed sleep, so I wasn't feeling my best again today. Until I saw a tweet from Mr. Ian Higdon on Platform 32 and Eurogamer, when it's my 100th PUBG stream with a sausage squad today. We're going to be playing the zombie mode. On in. And I looked at it and went, I'm going to be free round then, I think. Yeah, I'll drop a tweet in, see whether I'll be about. And stars aligned. I joined this. And zombie mode is really fun. Because the premise on this is like 4 or 5 people in a squad of humans,
Right,
against up to 100 zombies. Now, the way it works is you do drop as normal from the plane. How zombies can control parachutes, I
after
don't
you thank
but-
the plane driver.
Yeah, but as a zombie, you thank him by going, and then the plane crashes because you've eaten his brain. So you land, but you don't know where they land as that squad of humans, and you have to find them and then take them out. But you can't carry guns. You have to punch them down. but all of them work in groups of 4. And if one of your, if you're get knocked down, and it's only them three that can revive you and carry on, which is a nice little touch. It is really good though. It is really tense because you're watching Ian play it, and he's getting scared because there's not just like 100 other people going after each other. There's 100 other people coming after you. And if you have a group of them, if it's well coordinated, oh, that's scary, because there's some settings on there where you only have a shotgun. There are some settings where you can go full on with your with the guns and the different blues. So you can change it to how you want. And the last game they played that I saw, they put the fog on.
Oh,
Ramped up tenfold the tenseness, because you can only see things like I think this is something else we're going to need to look at in the future, potentially playing.
As a
I don't-
Tigwhipy stream.
I don't.
Yeah.
Us versus the entirety of all of our audiences combined.
Because there's another thing as well, the doors. If they're metal doors, zombies can't break through. But if they're wooden, they can break them down. They can fuck up the cars and vehicles, so you can't use them. This is the mode that has almost like reinvigorated my wanting to play a battle royale game for now, because Tom is doing a Fortnite stream every Friday afternoon these days. He started his first one today, but it's like he asked me, he gives me first refusal, which is nice, which is very, very nice to do so. But I changed my streams of PUBG and Fortnite because I was getting burnt out essentially with them. It's a case of, okay, trying to change this up a bit to see whether I can actually get more views, get more people coming in, and push the partnership. But from playing this, such a nice new mode for this. That is fun. I recommend it, and that's what I've been playing. How about you, James? What have you been up to?
I have played Corbytown FC.
Hey,
We're in the Sky Bet League 1. We'll leave it at that. I have played 2 other games. You've seen them on stream, probably. They're pretty juxtaposed, but they're both open world sandbox games. One being Metal Gear Solid 5, which I've done a little farming off screen so we can get ready to progress the story. And No Man's Sky next.
right. So, how long have you played of No Man's Sky Next?
I have my warp drive, and I have warped to my next system.
Right. Now, obviously, we know the opening part when this first came out, there wasn't a great deal in there to do. With the differences, because I know you played the when it first launched, and now obviously we've got the update. Is there a major difference? Is there stuff to do now? Is there something other than go to the next planet? Go for the signal.
So
go to
there's
the next
base
planet?
building, number 1. Your first where you land is kind of like, okay, this is how you need to build the base so that you have a base of operation that you can then use to gather resources around. 'Cause you can have a kind of a metal reclaimer that you can upgrade or downgrade resources with, so that you can just mine resources and get the right stuff to upgrade the right equipment to prepare your ship, make sure you're all set, but then also get words, scan creatures. That's all there. There's a main plot or a main quest line that's leading you to okay, go to the next world, do this, but then you can take your base and you can pick it up and bring it with you, and then supplant it on a new area. Obviously, then there's also you can go and talk to traders, and now there's also guilds in the game. So there's different peoples. You can do combat missions, and then you can do trading missions, and you can do. This is stuff I haven't gotten to yet. You can have your own freighter, where you can just call it in, and then just land on it and be like, okay, this is where I keep my shit now. But there's a lot going. The thing is, the biggest problem I found with No Man's Sky when it first came out, besides from everything else that was wrong with it, is that, like you said, there was no direction. It was just go to the next planet. In this one, there is find stuff. That stuff gets you credits. That also gets you materials to help you build your base. Use that base to do other things. You use those materials to you find drop pods. Those drop pods. You have to have certain materials and stuff to repair, so then you can then upgrade your exosuits. Gives you reasons to do that. To get better technology, when you scan planets and complete scanning of things, it gives you points that you then trade in for technology that you can then upgrade your stuff with. So, in a sense, you can buy upgraded advanced mining laser, and then you have to then go and get the materials to make the advanced mining laser. And some of the stuff you can't. Okay, I need a circuit board. I don't know how to make a circuit board yet, and they don't have the thing for me to make that, so I then need to go and find things I can sell for money to buy a circuit board so I can make the technology. So they start, feedback loops are incoming here. And it's still this kind, and the thing is that they've kind of built a story into why you want to do it. Like, it was just like, you are the Atlas, find the Atlas. Where now it's like you wake up and you don't know why you crashed. And one of the coolest moments for me is when they said, like, you found a distress signal, go and find it. And I took it, I flew my ship to it, and I landed. And it was just a crashed freighter, just on the planet, just snapped in half, destroyed, half buried, crashed freighter. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I got to go like to the crater, and it's got this distress beacon that's pulsing off, and I'm like, this is really what is going on. And I'm sitting there going like, I really feel disappointed that I don't have the Interstellar soundtrack playing in the background, because it would fit so well into everything I'm doing. Also, there's third person. And
yeah, the
flying the
third
ship
person I've seen.
in third person is just amazing, because you're just
Oh
able
wow! I
to
didn't realize you could do the ship in third person. as well.
ships in third person too. Absolutely, it's in
wow.
third person. It's just, yeah. Furby came across it yesterday. Wasn't it massive? It was just like out of the blue. And you're like, holy fuck! And there's been some.
And so Gary's asking, is it like the good old days of
You're looking for this?
Maybe? I've never played Elite Dangerous, so I couldn't tell you. But it could be, if Elite Dangerous had you landing on planets and stuff. The research management is a thing. But it kind of creates kind of cool, interesting little stories. Like, I landed, and this is part of the main quest, I landed to understand how to make antimatter. I had to go to it was an infested base. So I landed in there, walked around, kind of cleared stuff out, and I went and I talked to the terminal. It gave me some stuff. I cleaned it off, and then I got the schematics to make antimatter. Go outside. There's a bunch of eggs. Now or like eggshell things. Now the thing is about these eggshells, if you go into any of the other caves, you usually get humming pearls out of them, and those are $9,000 a pop. I see about 16 of these egg things here. Do math. It was great. I'm like, okay, cool. This is awesome. Like, I'm going to make a lot of money. Popped open one of the eggs. All of us goes, infestation. I go, what? And all of a sudden, all these aliens that, like, basically look like the ones from Pitch Black start popping up out of the ground. And at this point, I have a mining laser. I don't have a gun yet. So it was just a whole lot, oh, nope. It's just like me running back to the ship, just like being chased by the infestation. It's like, nope. Get into the ship. I'm like, okay, I'm safe. They're attacking it. It's doing a little bit of damage to the shields. I'm fine. And I look, I don't have any fuel to lift off my ship. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm sitting there being attacked by infestation. I'm like, going like, there's some fuel out there, but I have to go out and run and get it through the infestation swarm and then run back. And I did. And it just created a cool little, like, it's like a, I created its own narrative, and I think that's the big thing. Granted, we can also play with people now. Multiplayer is a thing. Bloody Scythe, how you doing? I haven't tried that yet. I almost joined Polo and Sam's game, but I decided against it. Mainly because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't want to have to get on voice chat and be like, hey, I'm here to help you space things.
I've also noticed as well, there's terraforming
Yeah, you
on
get
the
that.
planets.
Yep.
Where you can actually create mountains, you can actually dig into them and create your own caves.
Yep.
Because that seems a fairly new thing as well. Because I know
You also
the
do
big
that for
freighters are
resources.
crash
Like,
ones.
they have copper, so you have to like mine down to get copper. You can't just like hit it with your mining laser. It goes, no, you have to actually like dig into it. So you have to like dig down to get copper and stuff. So that's another way to get resources.
Oh, nice. Because it's actually almost like they've added a lot of Minecraft elements into it.
That you'd almost think like their base building has snappy walls and you put a roof on it. And then the nice thing about the base is that once you have it completed, and I don't know if you're on a planet like I am where it gets cold at night or a firestorm comes every once in a while because you're in a binary system, you can run into your base and it's safe. And it restores your oxygen, and it restores your environmental suit, so it means there's just less resources for you to do. And it gives you a reason to have carbon, because you need carbon to build the stuff. Yeah, the base building's like Fortnite. It's edge snapping.
Oh,
And
that's
you don't need to build a foundation. It's just top, done.
Because I was also watching Nicotly Charmer play it, and again, Clang, shout outs. The space stations.
Everybody drink.
The space stations. They're changed now as well.
A little bit, yeah. They're more populated by aliens and stuff.
And it's more opened up.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on. I think the weirdest thing for me, and I think it's a minor tweak, so minor that it's not really even worth. You wouldn't probably notice, but it just blew me away. Is that when you got up on the space station, I walk up, and there's just two aliens like standing next to each other, and my guy gets into a close proximity, and they both turn and they look at him and they go ah, and they wave, and I'm like. And I walk back, and they just go back to their conversation. And I walk by them, and nothing happens. And then I walk by them on the way back, and they're like, ah! I'm like, they actually notice you. It's not like you just walk up to them, and they're just like, blah, 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 geck, blah, blah, blah. Because I don't understand words.
So,
Yeah.
I did that thing where I predicted it again.
You do what again?
I predicted it again. I restated this, and I kept stating it over the course of every time this game has ever come up. Is that they are working on it? They're trying to get to the point, and I get the feeling that it was the thing. You did agree with me. I'm saying that it is. I'm saying that it is.
I mean, it's
and
great.
I like it. This is happy things. When I'm right on happy things, it feels nice
Polo
because like
Sam,
it's
how you
good
doing?
things.
Yeah,
The game
I mean,
is getting better.
It's great that it's finally out of its 2-year beta.
Mm-hmm.
Pay for beta, and it's great. It's actually you're actually in 1.0 release. It's I'm really happy about that. It's better than most of the other games that are still in early access. PUBG, and I see it as, for me, as a game. I don't have any building games that I'm playing right now. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5 could be considered that. But it's going to be like kind of like my change-up game because it's just so fucking mellow.
Yeah, I've heard that because I know Fem was saying that
Fem?
when she played Fem. And she's playing it. When she doesn't stream it, she likes to have like podcasts on, so she can listen to them.
Are you saying podcasts like the game won't play itself?
Indeed, exactly like that. Exactly like that. And it's a nice way to chill out while listening to it because you don't really need the sound for it.
No. Unless you're getting chased by infested alien mobs. And then at which point you need to run like fucking hell.
Yeah, that's... Though that seems to be the early part of it as well when you're trying to mine. And you've got like the bots coming at you again and the little sentinels, yeah.
I was happy I have an advanced mining laser which is going to let me mine better stuff. And it's like, you need these technologies. I'm like, cool. How much is that going to cost me? 300,000. I have 30.
Because it's once again back on my pile of shame to try it again and start again to try and get the center of the universe complete again.
Yeah. Now, for me, it's one of those things where if I'm going to play it, I may grind and stuff or do like the mining stuff off it, but if I'm going to advance the story at all, I'll probably put it on stream. Much is the same with Metal Gear Solid 5. Like if I'm just running around capturing guys to feed the fuel that is my war machine in my base, I'm not gonna stream you guys watching me just grind up or redoing missions to get the specialist that I need to make better equipment. You guys don't need to see that. By the way, do you know Metal Gear Solid 5 got an update?
Did not. No.
Metal Gear Solid 5 got an update last week. You can play as Quiet for forward base operation missions now. And they've also added more equipment. By the way, they've been adding stuff to that game. They've been adding guns. You can build their rifles and stuff like that. You can use the rifles in the main game. But yeah, so if you've ever wanted to play as Quiet in a Metal Gear game, you can. They did it. And you know how much it costs you? Nothing if you bought the game and you own it.
Which is a first, really.
It's Konami. Doesn't make up for Metal Gear Survive.
That surprises me. That makes me speechless almost.
There was an update for Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, it blew me away too. It was like, there's an update. I'm like, oh my god, there's an update. I'm sitting there going, guys, there's Metal Gear update. No story. Yeah, no, that's still shit. No, it sucks. No, guys, no, we don't want to write them their story. That would cost money. What can we give them that they'll come back and spend money on the game for that costs us $0 in assets? Yeah, we could have it play as the naked girl. What's her name? Quidditch? Quiet? Yeah. No, that's Mark.
Quiplash.
Mark, you get a raise. Good job, Mark. Now implement it. I don't care how. All the nerdy boys will come back and play as that. They've been staring at a snake's ass for the entire series in tight spandex.
Occasionally Raiden.
Also in tight spandex.
Usually completely naked.
Remember, we say this about Konami. That he's totally sexist when it comes to the way he portrays women in his games. But at least he makes you stare at a guy's ass in tight clothing for like the majority of it too.
Don't forget, there was an entire sequence where Raiden was completely butt naked doing cartwheels through hallways.
Because he needed Scissors 61.
And of course, he was how the other times when he was just running his hands up, but you could see ass.
Also, remember, what's one of the first things we ever saw of his new video game? Norman Reedus is naked holding a baby.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He just likes to make characters naked. Doesn't matter what they. He just likes to try and
Hey,
make
Konami,
them as nude as possible.
Kojima, here's a
He
whole
needs
bunch
to
of
take
money.
notes from Yoko Taro.
Hey, Kojima, here's a whole bunch of money. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna make my best friend stand naked in mocap.
Get as many people naked in mocap at the same time as possible.
No,
Why?
once
Because
again,
he can.
Do you think that's why they
this is-
shut down?
This
Silent
is
Hill, they
no.
didn't do
This
it.
is how this happened. It was Norman Reedus, it was Guillermo del Toro, it was Hideo Kojima, and who's the and the guy who played Hannibal, the really creepy guy who's also in the game. I'm pretty sure they were all just getting fucking hammered. And they're like, hey, you know what would be really funny if like you were a weird floaty bad guy, but there was also babies and you're naked and just death around you and the giant whale flying in the air. Like it is like Guillermo del Toro's acid trip. Like Guillermo del Toro tripped balls while reading H.R. Geiger and said, "Hey, Kojima." And then Kojima's like, "That's something I can work with. How are you in my head?"
So the stars aligned,
So
and the
but
mind fuck that is Death Stranding.
can we
was
make a
born.
guy naked in it? We can? Can we look at his ass the entire time? We can? All right, now we're in my wheelhouse here, guys. Can we just make it be really weird and have no understanding of the story? Just make it complex and convoluted as fuck? Oh, wait, sorry, I'm talking to Guillermo del Toro. That's a given. I apologize here.
All right, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're each going to write a chapter, and then we're all going to mash them together, but we're going to do it drunk off our asses.
You give them not a chapter. You each write a paragraph, and they alternate writing paragraphs while not reading each other's paragraphs, and insert them in. I'm waiting for Kojima to like show up in the game because he's going to. He showed up in 5. He's already got Del Toro is already in the game. He's mocapped. Like they're just missing James Cameron. If you put James Cameron also involved in this project, it's going to be the most expensive, most overhyped thing in the world that I'm going to spend all of my money on.
Norman Reed? Are you going to say if James Cameron and then Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen are going to be on a boat at some point where one of them's like that?
No, I just imagine Avatar, just something to do with Avatar. And then Nolan North shows up because he has to at this point. Maybe he rehires David Hayter. That would be nice. David Hayter's out of work, right? What has he done?
Or Doug Cockle will appear.
No, David Hayter. Come on. Solid Snake will be there.
Yeah, Hayter, yeah.
Remember, because Kojima is a spiteful son of a bitch.
And Troy Baker.
Remember Metal Gear Solid 3 we were talking about? That he made... You could wear the Raiden mask, and he took it off and trolled you with it, because you make you think you'd play as Raiden for 3. Then he made a character who looked exactly like Raiden, who was the basically buttfuck sex toy for Colonel Vulcan, who then would actually got his ass kicked and you threw him naked into a closet to steal his uniform? Do we all remember this? He realized you all hated Metal Gear Rising so much Metal Gear Solid 2 that he fucking trolled the shit out of you for it, and then made him integral into the thing again. And then
Yeah.
also may have introduced him in Metal Gear Solid 5, but they never got that far.
And then made him a badass, and everyone's like, oh,
Also,
okay, we're supposed to hate him, but he's actually a badass at this now. Speaking of badasses, shall we do shout outs?
Sure. I'm just looking to see what David Hayter's done recently. He was in Supergirl.
Wow.
He's actually a part of the Arrowverse.
Yeah?
He's the King Shark.
Holy
Oh.
crap.
Okay.
That's the he goes. Steady. Super Bomberman, he was Solid Snake.
Which I have, but haven't opened yet.
Oh, okay, so he has been getting some work. So he's also like in Old Republic. He's the male Jedi. Which is good.
Nice.
Good for David. Good for David. He's also reprising the role of Solid Snake in Super Smash Brothers. Good to see that he's like he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, so
That's
shout
a
outs
good
time.
thing.
Shout outs to David Hayter. Good job. Good on you. Good on you, man, for keeping it alive, getting some work. Good on you, David Hayter. We miss you as Snake.
Yeah. There's 3 well, actually 4 shout outs I have this week. 4. One to Ian Higdon for the tonight and the PUBG zombie mode bit with the community. Thank you very much for that, dude. Lydia, aka Squid Gaming, who is recovering from an operation. You know, if she does listen to this, and I will tag her in there because try and get some people listening in a cheeky way. Yeah, she, I hope she gets better soon. Hope you recover fully, and then you're back on streaming as well because you're awesome. Same thing with Cat Strike, who is Sammy's twin sister, who's also not very well at the moment. So I hope you get better soon. Also, it's now going to be 5 shout outs, but Letitia Lemon, I want to give you a shout out if you're listening as well, because tonight, when she was doing Fallout Shelter, she got a massive of over 1,400 viewers.
Oh damn!
Which is amazing, and it was over 400 viewers in her chat at that time as well, which is absolutely astounding for someone who's only been doing it for about what?
Can
That's
we
an
copy
amazing
strike Letitia Lemon? That's not gonna. That is not a joke I am ever gonna get sick of.
It's too good. It's too strong.
It's too strong. PewDiePie too strong, man.
It's well played. That's a well played card right there. But finally, I want to also give a big shout out to Mr. Smith Facts himself, Mr. Smith, because this week he has been going on a tear, gifting subs to people's channels. Not only that, but he's also been subbing themselves and gifting bits, and I mean a big chunk of them goes overnight on people's channels. He has absolutely killed it for that. The generosity, it's amazing. He is awesome. So thank you so much for doing that in my channel. You are awesome.
So the other people we should be thanking is Phoenix TTV,
Yes.
Lynchy 13,
Yes.
and Furby 17.
Yes. The new followers.
Because you all followed us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to them, the joyous music.
So you lot are awesome.
We appreciate you showing up and following and just hopefully enjoying the conversation. I'm not going to tell you what you should think or what you should do. We just hope that it was enjoyable while you did it. Sure.
Why are you relaxing on a Friday night?
Yeah. I'm Ron Burgundy. Yes, Allie, of course you're awesome. Dude,
You put up with us.
I'm looking at I have emails on here that tells me who followed. But yes, you're awesome too. Did you follow? If you did, great. You should have followed. I know you followed.
L.A. Penetier.
And
We appreciate you coming here. And we appreciate you as a person.
we appreciate everybody who does anything remotely related
Thank you,
to enjoying
comrade.
this. Happy tears. Aw. Bloody Scythe, we're happy you showed up to talk. We appreciated you being a part of our chat. Polo, Sam, if you're still here, hi. I hope you're ready for role playing games, because I've got stuff. I just need to figure out a way to make CDC badges.
Oh, I know that. Let me just put it this way. For the upcoming campaign, you guys are gonna be getting some pretty nifty stuff.
By the way, can I give you some thinking I've been doing here, and I'm gonna do some character creation thinking with all of you right here, since we're at the end, and I can do this with Chris here, and you all can hear about it because it's very interesting. Number one, I've thought of this. Granted, we're in a fantastical sci-fi setting that's a little bit on the anime side. With how fantastical it is with Fragged, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, if I said that I wanted my character to have kind of the Ignis faux hawk, right? But they have his the hair go up, but at the tips of his hair be the same neon yellow that his jacket is.
You could do that, yeah. There's no problem with that.
Okay, and that, like, whenever he wears a different color jacket, that he also then dyes the tips of his hair to match said style of clothes that he's wearing, because
Yeah,
I
you could do
believe
that.
it would fit with how he is as a character. Also, he's very into EDM. So much so that I have envisioned this in my mind, and go with me here down this rabbit hole. Obviously, he does spreadsheets. And this being a weird sci-fi setting, most things I imagine is kind of can be touch screeny, or like he can make hand gestures to move things around.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine one of the other player characters coming to get him in his room, them opening the door, hardcore EDM just playing as he spreadsheets to the beat.
I like it.
Are we getting that's what I've come up with the other bit. Also, my campaign, I have the 3 parts done. I have broad strokes of story ready to go. I just need to the problem is I don't want to get too specific, because if I get specifics, I don't want to railroad you guys. But I'm interested to see what you guys do in the little sandbox I'm building for you. You may be immigrating to Canada for 2 years, in a year or so. Allie, please do tell. I mean, Canada's a wonderful place. You will be in citizenship with Will, because it's part of the Commonwealth, right?
Yeah, depends on the part of Canada.
See, so obviously with the way the UK is, there's like 8 levels to the UK, much as there is with their soccer leagues. So you have England, then you have the United Kingdom, then you have the Commonwealth, right?
Yeah, it's like British Columbia. There you go. There's part of the colonies that we still have.
Yep, but Canada is still technically tied to you guys a little bit as well, because they're in the
Yeah.
Commonwealth, right? Bermuda.
Mm-hmm.
Bermuda's English still.
Yes.
South Africa's independent, but still has some ties to the Commonwealth.
Yep. Same as Australia.
Same as Australia. Same as New Zealand. Because everybody forgets New Zealand. See, the point I'm getting here is there's this thing called the Commonwealth Games, which is like the Olympics for all the places that used to be a part of the English colonies / imperial.
The British Empire.
British
There we
Empire.
go.
Thank you. Thank you for using that term. I was trying to find the nice way of saying it, but basically it's all the places that you went, this is mine now. You can't have it, Portugal and Spain. Go fuck yourselves.
Yes, ours.
Now I'll get our privateers to do it. So interesting enough, you'll be in kind of that area, that kind of Brexity, but now not Brexity. That's getting pushed off a couple of years because Boris Johnson did a Boris Johnson.
Yeah, put his foot in his mouth every fucking time.
How does it feel? How does it feel to have a politician that has to put his foot in his mouth all the damn time?
My shirt keeps riding up.
Luckily,
So
we
keep
keep.
scooting on my chair.
But anyways, I love Boris. I like Boris too, but I think we think of different Boris.
Yes, Comrade Boris.
Comrade
He
Boris.
is a good man.
He's good.
He is almost 7 foot tall, built like tank, carries trees for fun.
He's bodyguard of Dave Nova.
He's personal bodyguard of Dave Nova.
Yes,
Like bodyguard, he means drinking buddy.
exactly. 'Cause Dave
Only
Nova
man
does
7
not
foot
need
tall.
bodyguard
No, he guards other bodies
from Dave Nova.
from Dave Nova.
If
Dave
you
Nova
understand
is literal human supernova.
exactly. Dark, it is
Your
pleasure to
son.
see you.
As we are closing up the podcast.
Yeah, Will is
But yeah.
Will is just we are seeing how long a bit can go before Will is like, I'm dying, I need to go to sleep now.
Yes, please let me
You
go to
won't
sleep.
sleep. It is 10,000 degrees centigrade because
We are-
that's how centigrade works, right? It's just really
we-
fucking weird.
We are
Yeah.
trying to murder Will by having him die of sleep deprivation every Friday, but only on Fridays.
Only on Fridays. We give him 6 other days to recuperate.
Precisely.
We're not.
I do
horrible
also
people.
want to give a big shout out, by the way, because we haven't done that yet, to FemFox and to Raid.
Yes, Femfox. 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 Are you there? No.
But yeah, thank you so much, Fem.
She'll listen later and get the joke.
So that it? We done?
Thank you, Dougie, for also being on the show last week and being in good humor.
Yes. He is. He was awesome. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done.
Okay, so I guess I should press the yes. We're thanking you.
Yes, we're thanking you very much for your raid, good lady. As we are going to say good night.
Thank you,
Everyone.
for explaining centigrade for me. We will be learning more about things, Englishy stuff later, because obviously that's what we are and do because it's weird.
Yeah, we shall bring you
James,
back.
I did tag you in the admin chat real quick for what we should do right after stream for the closer once we say goodbye.
Yes.
So I just wanted to make sure you got that.
I got that.
Alright,
Hang on
we're
a
good.
second before we do that.
Yep.
Why am I typing when I can copy and paste? Bang. Yes! We're all going on a party, everybody.
Let's go reading.
That's what we're
So
doing.
we will next week. Thank you so much for all being here. Thank you for new follows, hosts, new subs. Thank you so much. We will see you
And who was wearing the pants? Nobody. You have a copy of Halo 5 from 2 years ago. So, you and Alex. You still need to answer that. People buy it.